Hello everybody, good to see you again. I'm John Zidar and this is Wednesday, September 29th. On behalf of PB Alerts, they are giving you those alerts you like and want, but they've got the training you really need. You're watching At the Top and Hot. What I do is I look at stocks on the OTC market that could be most likely running for whatever reason. Could be technicals, earnings, catalysts in the news, but right now we have a situation, as I said, with the SEC. The SEC just pulled off approximately 3,000 companies off of the OTC market out of 12,000. That's 25%. That's a major cut, folks. These companies aren't in trouble for any other reason but not being current on their financial filings. That's right. They have to file their 10Ks, which is their annual, 10Qs quarterly, or their pink disclosures, which aren't audited, so they have to have an attorney letter come with them as well. When they get those filed and are current, they come back on the market. And that's when these things are running hard. They are running, well, folks, we did this yesterday. Yes, we did. And we put one of them on the chart to watch, which was HYEG, and I said, folks, all the boxes are ticked on this. It's got a low float, all the filings are in, the attorney letter is in. It looks like it's ready to go. Watch this in the morning. At the bell, it took off, and at 17 minutes after the bell, it was over 89,000% gains. Yes, folks, it started off at 0003. You don't believe me? Come here, I'll show you. All right, so we're going to show you the proof on Thinkorswim's trading platform. You can get this free too. Just sign up for TD Ameritrade. That's free, and you can get this entire platform for free. It would cost you hundreds of dollars anywhere else, and you can do everything I'm doing. All right, here's the proof in the pudding, folks, right there. HYEG did 1.8 million shares. Right now, it finished at 53,000%. And is at, let's bring that chart up. There you go, folks. She is at 16 cents right now. She hit a high of 25. Right down here, now it says that it's at 0001, but in our DD yesterday, we saw on the expert market, this sold and brought the price up to 0003. So that was the bottom, and up to here is 89,990%, something like that. Now, chances are you weren't going to get in at the very bottom, because these sort of stocks, first off, you can't put in a GTC, good till cancel order, and just say, well, just wait till it comes on the market and it'll just take off. They won't take your order. They won't accept it. So we have to wait for them actually to go live, to go back into the market, look for the door to open, and try to be one of the first people in the door. I know that's tough, but when you're looking at gains of 10, 30, 80,000%, a little extra effort may be worth it. So let's just say, for example, you wanted to get into this, you saw it go live. All right, you see it was at 03, but it started moving fast. Now, where did it jump up to? See, it's already up to 009. Now, this is on a 5-minute. Let's back down to 1 minute, because that's how you should be trading in the morning. If you're looking for an entry, you should be looking at the smallest frame of time that you can, so you know every jiggle and joggle of the price. 8 minutes in, and it was already at 9 cents. 7 cents. So it really jumped, folks. I can't tell you how you get into these when there's nothing in there. For an example, if it's at 0003 and I know it's going to move fast, I'm going to go 10 times higher. I really am. I'm going to put in my price at 003 and hope that as the price rises, I'm in there, I get my price in there before it passes it, and it can grab me and take me along. If I miss it, there's just no catching up to it. It's gone. It's just moving too fast for you to get ahead of it. So this is a very tricky play. There's a very small window of opportunity, and you have to be paying attention. It's almost like a drag race, watching the light signal change. You've really got to be on your game. Do I expect this to continue running? No, not really. And even if it did, it's going to be, regular gains, 9%, 11%. I don't think you're going to get anything huge out of this, but we're going to go look for some more. The only other thing I wanted to point out here, we did have a big gainer here, Gawk, but she didn't have a lot of volume. but she had some huge bounces, as you can see. That in the middle of the day took off. I got into this one 2 days ago. We put this on our list. Let me back this up. It's already there. That's 1 minute. Let's go back 5 minutes so you can see 5 days. All right, this was today, this was yesterday, and this is when we made our list. Now, as you can see, there wasn't much going on. She had just gone current. I do believe she was a yield sign, and we were expecting her to go up. I could buy this one, so I had been watching this. As soon as it started, I got in at the bell basically for exactly 001. So when it hits 002, I've made 100%. Now, when I got in, it was going very well. Now, if you remember yesterday, the market was not too happy, and it started to all fall down in the back part of the day. But it wasn't angry. It was sad as far as I was concerned, and I had this and another play that both dipped, and they came below areas I wanted them to be. I did not like being down below that 200, but I took into serious consideration market sentiment across the entire market. You know, you get a pulse for what people are feeling, because emotions have a lot to do with traders, especially in the OTC market. So I just waited for the cheer to come back today, hoping and feeling it would, and I was right, thank goodness. And we got some good gain out of this day. Now, I sold up here just after the high bubble. Now, there's normally always a pullback on a high bubble, so I expect that. So I let one go by. But to be honest, I was actually on the phone. Truth, I was on the phone talking to my real estate agent, and I seen what was going on here. Now, I was watching this on, I do believe, the 30-minute, because I had gotten away. It had already broken away from my 5-minute SMAs, and I wanted to get a better view, and I did not have that line in there. So I was watching this one and watching to see if it was going to come down. When I came back to my 5-minute and saw that it looked like this, going straight across, I looked down, and what I saw was this. I had a crossover right underneath me. She was crossing on the MACD, heading down in a strong way, and the RSI had fallen sharply right there. So I made a decision to get out. Now, there are actually 2 buys here. I didn't mean to do that. I used this, TOS, to sell out, and it's an auto send. Well, as you can see, there's 190,000 here. I only had 10,000 in this box. So I sold thinking I sold everything. Always verify what you do. I thought I had sold everything, only sold 10,000. 10 minutes later, I realized I didn't, and the price had not changed. So I sold the rest of them as I was supposed to, and got out of the entire deal with 120% gain. She did take a big drop here and could have gone further, and she may bounce back and do more. But I'm happy. I got 120%, and if it does continue growing, well, good. That pat on the back, I know how to pick stocks that can grow. I like that. All right, the rest of these, not going to take a look at. We are actually going to go do some DD now and see if we can find some more stocks that are on the expert market that are going to go current. This may be for tomorrow, it may be for Friday. There's no telling when they are going to make them current. That's not anything we can foretell. All we can see is, are the boxes ticked and are they ready to run? And if they're ready to run, they're going on our list. All right, speaking of list, let's make ourselves a list here. We will call this, I don't know. How about number 2A? Just so I don't lose it with all my others. All right, let's go over to the OTC market, my favorite place to be. So why do I like the OTC market so much? Why do I spend so much time here? Well, first of all, they're not after my clicks, so I don't have to do all that silly stuff, and they're not advertising a whole lot of stuff to me. This is a site for information, just for me and you. The FINRA and the SEC puts all of the filings from the companies, the OTC companies, here. All the information for the stocks is here. Lots and lots of news, and there's lots of information that I make use of for tools. And we're going to jump into that, but first let's take a look at how the market ended. Remember, if you check this, always refresh. You could be on this page all day jumping around, but if you don't hit the refresh button, these numbers don't change. Now, the first thing I notice is the securities 2 days ago, we had 12,800 securities. Yesterday, they pulled off 1,300. I don't see any more missing today. I don't know what that means. It's just a fact. $2.1 billion is our average. We do 2 to 2.1 on any darn day. The other day, we did do 2.5, which was exciting, but the volume was down as it is today. We're at 24 billion shares. 30 billion is a slow day. And we're down on trades. We've been roughly at about 470,000 this week. Last week we were in the 300s. Looks like we're going back that way again. Okay, so let's go take a look at how I do these searches. If you come to current market here, press that, you're going to come to the most active page. The most active page has a lot of great information. You can see all the stocks, losers and winners here, and you can search them by how much money was invested into each company, how many shares were bought, which is how most people do their DD, is looking at share counts, or you can look at trades. Now, I like to look at gainers, but I can't search for that up here, so they've got it down here. This is just the gainers, this is just the losers. And it's already got them in the right order, always at the top. Now you can break this down into stocks over $1, over a nickel, or just look at all of them. Whatever's left on the market is what we're going to look at, all of them. We want to see these black diamonds. Now the black diamonds are expert. A lot of times they have been skull and crossbones. There is a huge difference between skull and crossbones, caveat emptor, buyer beware, and an expert market. Expert market without a skull and crossbones means you're just late, you're tardy, you missed a day of school. But a skull and crossbones means you're throwing rocks through the window, you're causing trouble, you're a bad boy. So we ain't looking at no skull and crossbones. We are only looking at expert market. Now, I am using this information here to compare to other information. Now, yesterday we couldn't find any correlations, and it can be difficult. So what I like to do is kick this page out as far as I can, and then I will use my search bar. On the other page, I may find DLAD, but rather than go through this whole page looking for DLAD, I can just put it in the search and it'll tell me if it's on the page. So I'm opening up the page first. So what this page does is, for me, is tell me how many trades each stock has had. So this company, and I don't want to get crazy, let's just look at a decent one. All right, this one down here had 2,100% gains. But only one trade did that. So if this was pink, which it's not, all right, let's look at the pink. You know, it did 1,100, had 6 people trading, all right, did 10,000 trades or shares and $2,000. All right, but that's a big gain, 1,150%. And that's what you're going to see on your chart. You're also going to see maybe the volume. But you're not going to see how many trades. Would you get into it if you knew there was only 6 trades to make it climb that much? Or would you feel better if you saw 278 trades making it go up 750% or 1,000%? My point is we're looking for crowds. You go to the movies, you don't know which movie you want to see because, well, you haven't seen any of them yet. Chances are the one that has the longest line is the better movie. So even not knowing anything about the stock, seeing what has the interest normally is where the money's going to be. And that's what we look at. So I study this column and I look for the highest number. And right now there is right there HYEG, which yesterday was a double diamond and could not be bought. Today it is a yield sign and can be bought. And it moved hard. Now, where did that go? There it is. 618 trades is what they had today. 1.8 million. Did over $250,000 into the company. And 53,000% is how she ended. And that wasn't even the best one. You had one up here with 150,000% gains. And it's pink, folks. It's not even late. 27 trades to do that. I don't know. The gaps on that are going to be so tight or so wide, I don't know if you could even get into it. So this is where I find our runners. Now we want to look at our filers. And here you're going to come down to news. This window will open up all the news in chronological order for today, and you have your financial reports. Below that are your SEC filings for all the filings. That's a lot to look through. We're just going to look at filings, 10Ks, 10Qs, and pink disclosures. And we are going to look at all the market. And these two are in chronological order. So whatever is at the top just came out. So this one came out at the very end of the day. It's a quarterly report. Now this column here tells you what period they're covering. Could be 2019, 2020, an annual, a quarterly, so we can see the date here. And the ones that are most current, up to date, are the ones we're looking for. So this is the last quarter of this year. So this is the last thing he needs. Now, is this quarterly report just a pink disclosure, or is it? It is. It's just a pink disclosure, so they're going to need an attorney letter. We know that has to come. Now let's go take a look at this. If you click this button, it'll take you right to the company's information and give you an overlay of it. Okay, we're not going to look at this one. Why? Because it is skull and crossbones. They are caveat emptor. You can't get any information on this. They won't tell you anything because they don't want you to know anything. Caveat emptor is buyer beware. They've determined there is a public interest of concern. And I told you, we're not looking at those. So it's looking a little thin for the expert market double diamonds. That is what we are looking for. And it is important. The filings are the true catalyst here. Without the filings, we don't have any catalyst. That is it. Okay, here we got one. This is probably annual. Yes, annual for 2020. RBII. Let's go take a look at this one. Oh my goodness, another skull and crossbones. We weren't running into this yesterday. So let's just jump on back here. We may have to look over at the runners, but without the catalyst of these things filing. Okay, here's another one. Attorney letter. Great, that's the very last bill, but this is for 2020, not 2021. Let's see what we got with this one. Okay. No skull and crossbones. This is an expert market. You see there's no skull and crossbones up here. Dark and defunct. That means they're not supplying information. They have a transfer agent verified. That's good. They're moving the shares the way they should. What we would like to see up here is verified profile as well. Now what you see missing here is the price. There is no price activity here, and on a lot of these stocks, or at least the way it used to be, you take this over to TOS and put that ticker in, it comes up empty. So again, you have no price. And when you scroll down here, the chart is empty. There's no price in there. So where do you get the price? Ah, patience. Just scroll down a little bit more. Right there. The trade data. That tells us a lot. Now we'll open this up so we can get a bigger picture. All right, this started trading on the 22nd of this month, and it was trading 2 days ago, but has not been trading for the last 2 days. And were there any big purchases? Not really. And the price has been between 2 and 3 cents. So this doesn't look to have the potential of a big boom, which is what we are really looking for. So I'm not going to throw this on the list. We're not even going to go look at the chart. You think we should? Okay. We'll look at the chart just to say we aren't ignorant. All right, throwing it into the chart. This is our 5 minute over here, 5 minute 5 day, and this gives you a long 4 hour 6 month view. It does have some huge bumps. I gotta say that. It's up here at 10 cents. I'm gonna open this up, folks. Maybe I misread the information over there. I mean, I didn't have enough of it. So let's come out. I wanna come out on the 1 month, 1 hour. All right, you can see she has a standard place of sitting right here. And that is at 2 cents, which is right where she's been riding, between 2 and 3 cents. And she's been there for the whole month. Let's go back 4 hours, 6 months. All right, so when did it have this jump? This jump was back in the middle of last month, and that was all the way to 9 cents. So you're looking at 300 or 400% gains here if it pushed up that hard. You know, I'll throw it on the list just because we've looked at it and I said I'd do that. But I honestly don't see this one being no multi-thousand gainer. However, let's not get spoiled, right? 200, 300, 400% gain isn't anything to turn away from. Okay, boy, I'd really like to look at those yield signs, but the yield signs are trading. So there's not going to be a big gap bounce. See, the nice thing about these double diamonds is that, believe it or not, they're at 4 zeros and a 1 or 5 zeros and a 1. We're talking 1,000,000% back. And they will buy them at those prices and lift them up to 0001, which is our basement, which is where we start to buy. They'll bring them up to that point and lay them right on the floor. And you might get a quibble buy up to 0002 or 0003, and that's where they start. And if you can carry a stock from the 000s up to the 00s, you're making thousands of percent on each number. And if you can carry it up to the pennies, you're making 10,000%. And the next penny is another 10,000%, and on and on. So that's what is so exciting about grabbing a expert market off the floor. You get a lot of money on the table up top. Here's another one, FHBC. This is 2020 year end. We'll take a look at it. Good. No skull and crossbones. No price. What sort of price action we got on this? We have had price action. You can even see it on the chart here. Big jump. Big jump. Let's see. Let's pull back. Wow, it's been at the same price. Well, it's only traded today, folks. Today is the first day it's traded. It started trading at 3 o'clock and stopped at the bell. This had 1 hour of trade. Trades are anywhere from 9,000 to 500,000 shares, all exactly at 0013. Find it interesting the price didn't move. I like to see volatility, which is what we saw in mini yesterday. But I like the fact that there's activity, and in the last hour puts me on the edge. Something's happening. It just started, and that's all we see. So I'm going to grab this Fern Hill Beverage. I knew that ticker looked familiar. I used to own this about 1.5 years ago. You can see why I don't now. Okay, FHBC on the, break this down to the 5 minute. Over here is the 4 hour. Okay, I see we've got a big swoop coming up here. It looks like we could make a beautiful cup and handle. Big jump and a fall. All right, she looks like she's had a lot of trading, so it's hard to understand how this has been on the expert market. That is a little confusing to me. We're on the 5 minute. Yes, we are. And that's 1 day right there, yes? Yeah, that's yesterday. So we've only had a little bit of trade today, and it was on the expert market. It looks like it went on the expert market yesterday. Actually does. And it's high, and that's February, folks. February is the stimulus month. Everybody got free money. This isn't people investing. This is people gambling. So I really don't pay attention to any highs that come from this month. This high counts, though, definitely. But is it going to reach that? You know, I don't think so. It looks like it's only been expert for a couple days, and it hasn't really fallen, and it's in its neighborhood of norm. So I know I said I was going to throw these things over there. Fine. If it falls to the bottom, it isn't going to hurt anything anyways. Wow, folks, I had actually clicked that button, and I didn't open up a new page, so I had to come back and hit this more button. Holy cow, that was like, I don't know, 10, 12 times. There are a lot of filings just today, folks. This is just today. And we aren't even through it yet. All right, we were at here, FHBC. Here's NTEI. Now, what we were supposed to be doing is grabbing this and coming over here to the activity board, and then I can use my search to see if it shows up, which it doesn't. And that's what happened yesterday. Nothing that I found on that chart was over on this chart. And look, now this is something you need to take notice of. These are the biggest gainers across the entire OTC market. All 11,500 stocks. These were the biggest. And look at the kind of stocks people are investing in. There are very few pinks. There are yield signs in expert markets all the way down, and a rare pink here and there. And these people are getting lots of money. 50,000, 14,000, 9,000. It's just, this is where a lot of attention is paid. But you can also see over here that there aren't a lot of trades on most of them. Not really. Now, since we're over here, I'll go back over there, but I want to check. Okay, 55. 55 traders here, 22 million shares. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's a good amount of shares. Now, of course, it's not going to be a lot of money because it's selling at 0001. Whew. All right, now this would be a giant jump. This would be a giant jump, but we need to see if they have any filings in. So we'll come over here and we will take a look at FBEC Worldwide Expert. No skull and crossbones, no price. Any price action? Yes, look, folks, we had price action today. 500,000, 500,000, 500,000. So that was all today. That's just what we saw, and that's all there is, I do believe. No, there was more today, but only today. And again, holy cow, folks, this has only happened in the last less than 10 minutes. That was today, less than 10 minutes, 0001. That was all sold. This is interesting to me. I can't actually decrypt it, but it's interesting to me. So I'm going to grab FBEC here and throw that into our charts. Okay, FBEC. All right, she has been higher. Wow, she's been a lot higher. Okay, just a couple of days ago, she was at 0005, which is really nothing. Let's go back a month. Let's just take a gander here. Okay, she has been falling. As you can see, she has been falling for a long time. Stimulus month was very big, but here in April, she did pretty good. She was at 002, which from this point is over 1,000% gains. All right, because she is so blooming low, I didn't see, we didn't check, did we? If we had any more disclosures. No, see, this was the only disclosure, and this came, so they've had nothing. They have actually had nothing. So this isn't worth looking at, folks. Sorry to say, the jump would be great, but without any disclosures, it just doesn't make any difference. Share count, 39 million in the shares. It just doesn't matter. They've got no catalyst. They've got nothing going, and that's the problem with looking at stocks that are just running. Okay, let's see here. 65, 29 million. Let's take a look here. New. I saw this one a while back too. Transfer agent. I want to see a verified profile over here. That's bothering me that we're not seeing that. So this was way up, fell way down, went right back up to being where she was. Wow, see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros in front of that one. And then they picked it up to the 4-0 ones. Like I said, that's what they do. This was 2 million shares and then on and up. And when was this? All today. So what do we got down here for news? No news since 2016. And I don't see any filings. No, nothing. There is absolutely no catalyst here. So again, I see no reason to even put this on the watch list. There's nothing happening except in the expert market. It shows no signs of coming out. So, thinking about that. All right, I see a couple more down here, and these don't look familiar to me. I think I would have remembered Trips. I would have remembered Trips. So it looks like Trips has got one filing here. Let's take a look at that one. I hope we hit some big ones here, folks. Good. She's nice and clean, verified profile, transfer agent, and she is a shell company, which means she's not making any revenues. Now, most people think a shell company is a bad thing. It can be. If they say they're doing something and they're not making any money, well, that ain't kosher. But if they're setting up for a reverse merger, cleaning house, and emptying the building out so a new company can move in, that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So let's see if we have any price action down here. We do, but not recent. The 27th was the last purchase we had for 26 cents, though it was up at $1.55, 75 cents a couple months later. So she's falling in big chunks as a matter of fact. But I don't see this as being one we would want to play. How about TGMR? She's got lots of reports coming out. That could be good for us. Troy Gold and Mineral Corporation, clean with no skull, but we have no transfer agent. We have no verified profile. We have some price action, and well, that's a huge jump there, folks, in case you didn't notice. We're at 3 cents to 12 cents to 25 cents. back down to 3 cents, and then fell all the way down to 0004, which I'm going to presume she's probably sitting at right now. Now let's see, get out of there. Let's see if we have any disclosures besides the one we just saw. We saw about like 3 of them. All right, she had 5 of them come out today. 21, 2019, 20. Okay, this one is looking like it could have something going on, folks. This is the first one that looks right. And because it is a pink disclosure, they need an attorney letter. So that's what we're waiting for. We are looking for an attorney letter to go with this. And once that attorney letter comes in, they've got everything to move from the expert market up. Now, they would probably go to yield. I am concerned that there is not a verified profile. That does concern me. And no transfer agent. That bothers me too. Speaking of transfer agent, let's look at the share structure here. Supposedly they have 100 million shares authorized, 60 million outstanding, only 20 million in the float, which gives, 66% of all the shares are owned by institutions, insiders, and the management, which is a good sign. They're willing to pay a price for a penny stock. So 20 million is a low float. They have lots of filings. They did just fall. Let's see if we can get a chart on that. It looked like it was 0004, which would be a very nice place. Oh boy, what a mess. Okay, that's a year. That's why it looks messy. I want to come back to 5 minutes first. All right. Obviously, this is going to be thinly traded, isn't it? We had 1,200 shares there. Yeah, so we're very thinly traded. Kind of knew that was going to happen. But it can really jump when you get off the expert market. So let's back up here and look at 6 months. Okay, we have a high here of 94 cents, folks. And it's down here at 0004. Anybody want to do the math on that? Hold on. We can. I like to come to this site to figure out percentages. So right down here, what is the percentage of increase? From 0.0004 to 0.94 cents. How much is that worth? That is 234,000% gains. Whew. Folks, that's almost $250,000 if you put $100 on it and you can catch it. $250,000. Unbelievable. All right, so let's go put that on the list. Absolutely, positively, no doubt about it. Yes, TGMR belongs on the list. All right, and you can already see FHBC had volume, and this will move. If there is pre-market activity, even in the expert market, it does show the sales. That it does do, so we get a heads up over here. So this looked good. I'm happy with it. Let's go get another goodie. That was sweet. All right, TGMR was our last. Minia. Oh, good. Look at that. That is right up to us. So this is a nice one. How long could they have been? I don't understand how these people got to be all the way down in the expert market when they're really not that far behind. Good. No skull and crossbones. Good setup, folks. We got a verified profile this month. Transfer agent. All green. All good. What sort of... Oh, we got no trading data. Nothing's happening. And it looks like that is the only... We had a filing, but there's only the one. Let's see here. Yeah, just the one filing. And it is... Actually, this came out yesterday. Yesterday this came out, and there was no trading data on it. There was nothing. So there was obviously no interest in Canis Inc. Whatever Canis does, that would be the company's technologically oriented company specializing in the creation of mobile applications. Now, they're not doing very much lately. Needy we already looked at. I think we may have come to a point where we're lapping into my DD from yesterday. And the funny thing is that now when I look, some of these were skull and crossbones yesterday, but they're not skull and crossbones today, just like HYEG. They changed. FDFT. I can't remember. I really can't remember if we looked at this one yesterday. It's all good. It looks good. It's got all the right markings up here. It had a big bounce. It looks like the bounce was yesterday. No, well, yeah, it did. It's had trading on both days. For the last 3 days, it has been trading from 0009 to 0002 back to 0009, which aren't bad prices. I'll take a 0009 absolutely. If it wants to come up to a penny, that is over 1,000% gains. I will take that. So let's see, what else can we learn about this? How about some share structure? 990 million shares, could even be more than that. They got 1.8 billion up here. So it could actually be higher than that. Not crazy about the share structure, but I like everything else. Let's take a look at this. Okay, 5 minute, 5 day for FDFT Food Fest. And there's your 4 hour, 6 month. She's had some big pops, and that's not even February, is it? No, February was very slow compared to April and July. She had a big fall here, big fall. Started to do another bounce and fell again. And that's where we're at down here with this 0002 and back up to 0009. Now, it doesn't look to me like she hits 0002 very often. No. Look at this, folks. She hasn't been at that low. Let's go back a year. Has she hit that low in a year? Okay, way back here. So you have to go back a long ways to hit that low. Let's come back in on the 5 minute. So, she got close here. She got down to 0003, which was just 5 days ago. 5 days ago. So I'm going to put this on the list. She has potential to bounce. It may not be as big a bounce as we think, but you know, I got to be honest, I never expected an 89,000% bounce off the one we looked at. I was expecting that to go to 4 cents, and it went to 25. So I'm happy to be surprised. Don't know how many more we're going to actually find here for. There's another TGMR. Look at this. See, now we're getting deep in. Now, this was on our list yesterday. I don't think it's done anything new. I remember this one because we had 2 Bs, and I liked both of them. It was clean. It doesn't have a verified profile. Is concerning. No price action there. They had sold 2 days ago, and they had their attorney letter come out yesterday. So without any action today after the attorney letter came out, and I had anticipated something because this is 2020, 2019, and 2021. There was a lot that they had covered here, and it didn't move. So I am a bit surprised by that. However, that doesn't mean it isn't going to jump. It just hasn't happened yet. They've covered all their bases. They just haven't been pushed up into current yet. That's what we're waiting for. They've done everything they're supposed to. Now we're waiting for FINRA to pass them through. So let's go put this on our list because I do still have faith in this. I had faith in it yesterday. So we'll throw this ticker in there just so you can see what the chart looks like. Again, thinly traded. I'm putting that over here on our list. Let's back out to 1 month, see what we did. We got 1.7 cents here, and it's at 555 over here. So that's about a 300% gain on that look. Let's go back for the 4 hour. It's hit a high of 4 cents over here, which is just shy of 1,000%. So it could bounce, although it's not going to be anything like the other bounces. But I'm going to keep it there because, honestly, you just never know. Just taking a quick look at a year. Yeah, that's its high. That's its high. So I wouldn't expect more than that. So, folks, we have run through the entire filings for today, and I started the lap into yesterday's. It did look different. There were a lot less double diamonds. I can tell. There were definitely a lot less. So what we're left with is just the advancers, the gainers for today. And with these, there is no telling what is what. But let me point out a couple things. First off, if you're not looking for home run hits, if you're not looking for these wild, try to get in, and you know, those are tough. I agree. You want some normal plays, you can find some great normal plays here. When you find pinks or yield signs, they're all purchasable, they're all safe, they're all still on the open market. You can buy and sell them both. And they're listed here too. So when you see something like 499 or Let's see another one. Now that was a good one, but I know that one hasn't had anything recent here, really. Okay, boxes. BOX says is pink. 372 trades today. They did 10 million shares. We got to take them seriously. And they did 138% gains. Now, there was almost $250,000 thrown at this. So I'm presuming there's got to be some sort of catalyst. So we come over to this page, scroll down to the bottom, and you can not only get the trade data, but you can get the current news and the current filings. All right, we see that current filings, they have been coming in. They've got a few of them here. Well, now look at that. They were showing over there. I'm going to go to push this button. Oh, well, my goodness. Did we not just see some over there? We did. Now, look. This is interesting, and I don't run into this very often. When I push active, the closest one is 2018. When I push all, closest one is 2018. When I push inactive, I get the SEC filings here for 9/28/21. The 10Q quarterly. The 10Q quarterly, that's for July. That's for May. There's another one, 10K annual. That covers 2020. Wow, there's lots of them here. And they're not showing them. Now, the only thing, now that's a Q. That should be audited. It is. This isn't audited, so they don't even need an attorney letter. So I don't know why the filings don't show up here, but the fact is the filings came out. But they're already pink current. Now let's go back. Was there any news there? Not from 2019. That's it. So whatever were in these quarterlies, that's what got it running. We didn't take time to read them. You really should. Your 10Ks and your 10Qs are the best source of information you're ever going to get on a company, and the most thorough and explicit. They cannot hide anything. Everything from their address to the risks, how much money they've spent, how much they're being paid, where the shares went. And you know, it's not as difficult as you think. They lay it out rough, I guarantee you that. At the top, you got all the numbers, and you might be able to make sense of some of it. But come below the numbers, and they lay out it all in paragraphs with subheadings. And it is got a contents label, so you can follow it. But it's easy. It'll show you the history from when they started to the next deal, the next deal, the next deal, right up till today. So it's a great place to get information. Don't go looking around Google and every article. Just go straight to a 10K and get everything you need. Well, we didn't get as big a list as I was hoping to get. I seen a lot of these are changing. They are changing quick. There weren't as many missing off the market. Maybe it's getting better. I really don't know. I am happy with one of them we've got tonight, though. What was it? TMGR. That one looks brilliant. And maybe even FDFT. That one had some good, strong activity today in a very unique fashion in that last hour of the day. So we do have two I like. Here, let me move over so you can get that list. There you go. Now, that is the list that we generated. As I said, it's not as big as I was hoping for, but you only need one. You only need one. Put this up in the morning. Put it on your watch list. When the bell goes off, make sure you can watch it. And if you see things moving, you should be moving too, folks. That list may not be the best list, but where we're getting these lists from is. There's some great information there. Please make use of it. Don't wait for me to show you the plays. I'm missing them every day. I find them later in the day and wonder, why didn't I see that one? So jump in there because, you know what I say. The more you know, the more you're going to grow. See you, folks.